ज्ञानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nityanandam, and welcome everyone to yet another show during the 45th Chaturmasya celebrations of our beloved Swamiji. The Chaturmasya, the 4 months between the Guru Purnima and Vijayadashami. This is a very sacred time during which, in Hindu tradition, we focus on spiritual practices. And during this time, listening to satsangs, engaging in puja, yoga, yajna, and study of sacred scriptures. And when we do so, this helps us in spiritual growth and evolution. This is such a sacred time during which we have the opportunity now to listen to Swamiji's sacred revelations based on Hindu scriptures as well as what Swamiji has revealed from the cosmic record. So every day we have been listening to various truths from Swamiji and how it impacts our life in such a beautiful, positive way, helping us live not only powerfully, but in helping us to realize our own true self, the Paramashivatva, oneness with Paramashiva. And today we are going to be delving into the sacred secrets on completion, Purnaatva, how the science of completion, as revealed by Swamiji, helps not only in healing mental and emotional scars, but lives to help us to live in a very powerful way. Like every day, today also we have a very special guest, Nitya Parajnanananda from Kailasa, Australia, joining us, who's also a founding mother of Kailasa. And she is joining us today to share her beautiful experience, especially through completion and the initiation that Swamiji has given. Nityanandamma.
Nityanandam. It's good to be here.
Nityanandam, and welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's so exciting.
Could you introduce yourself? Where are you from? What is your background? How did Swamiji's completion inspire you so much? How did your journey begin?
I live in Brisbane, Australia, and a long, long way away from India or anywhere. And how I met Swamiji is I was in America and the US, and there was a lovely friend over there, Jodie Wallace, in Sedona, and she says, come and to this workshop. And this guru from India is going to be talking and everything. What's a guru? And anyway, that's where I first met Swamiji. And it was very, very, very powerful. And one of the girls had just come back from an inner awakening. So, of course, I thought, I've got to go. So off I went. So the very next month I was in India. So something I never thought I'd ever do. So that's where I met Swamiji. And yes, so that was in 2012. And May 2012. And then I joined him for the cruise for 12-12-12. That was so powerful. And ever since then, I think I've been with him ever since. Yeah. 13 AIs and IAs, yeah, whichever way. And then I lived at the ashram for 9 months. So it was very powerful and I learned a lot about myself, a lot about everything. It was just, yeah, life-changing, amazing. So that's my background, yes.
So nice, Mom. Did you say you met Swamiji in the US?
No, it was just on live, yeah. So it was in a lounge room with a group of people watching Swamiji on Zoom. I guess that was Zoom back then. And so yeah, so it was amazing. It was, yeah, it was very powerful. He came out of the TV with a big screen, and I remember him. Oh my God, he's right beside me. And I just knew. I think I flew straight home and then straight over to India. And that's where I met him. So it was very, very, very powerful, life-changing. Absolutely. My life's completely different, 100%.
So
Yeah.
beautiful, Ma. And
Yeah.
actually, you've mentioned, Ma, that since you've met Swamiji, your life has completely changed 100%. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself, your life, how it was before you met Swamiji, and what is it that attracted you towards Swamiji? If you could please share a little bit.
Yeah. My life wasn't great, as you go searching when it's not great. And I had a lot of issues. And I thought it was time to go and research. And before it, I actually got very, 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 very sick. And they said I only had a couple of days to live. And but they were going to operate, and they found it wasn't cancer, it was actually infection. So way back in those days, they couldn't see what it was. And so I thought, right, I need to clean my act up and really, really go find some answers. So what happened at the start was I picked up a book when I was in hospital, Louise Hay's You Can Heal Your Life. And that changed everything. So then I wanted to meet her, and that's why I was in the US. So I actually met her. And then from there, I met Swamiji. So it was kind of like step by step. And then to really live with him for 9 months, around him for 9 months in the ashram was just, wow, can't describe it. It's just quite amazing. So everything changed. So I'm a body therapist. And so I understand the body, and I understand, and we learned third eye opening, so I can actually read bodies. So it makes my work so much easier. And that's where I realized what we store in our body is all our emotions. And then Swamiji taught us so much about that. And, we just have a story, but it's our emotions that causes all our problems in life. So I had to work on myself with completion of everything that came up. And when I was living there, what I loved the best was if something was coming up, Kalabara was down at the main gate. And so here I go, down, talk to Kalabara, walk around Kalabara a few times, 3 times, I think it was. And then, that felt good. Then walk back and you're right again. He was my best friend. He was really, absolutely my best friend. And that's when my life completely changed, from learning completion and understanding the body and how we store everything in the body. And the story's out there, but the emotions inside, and the damage that the emotions do to us. And then I had to go back and relive my whole life of, oh, wow, how I created my sickness, how I created all my traumas in life, So, yeah, it was, it's not easy, but I know I did it. And yeah, so that's why I'm here today, is just, oh, wow, to share that everything is stored in the body, and finding it and realizing it. And, I got it. Yes, completion. So important. So that was my life up to now. Yes.
Very beautiful,
Yeah.
Ma. And very soon we'll also be watching a satsang by Swamiji, where what you've mentioned, how the engrams in our body can cause many illnesses, whether mental illnesses and physical illnesses. And you've chosen this topic, completion, because you've experienced how you were healed physically as well, just through the power of completion. So very soon we'll be watching the satsang by Swamiji to go delve deeper into the topic. And but before that, I do have a question, Ma. You are also a founding mother of Kailasa. So what made you decide to become a founding mother of Kailasa, and how was your journey towards it?
I was in the library in the ashram, and all these books, just thousands of books, and Swamiji was collecting them all. And then he was saving all this knowledge in all these books. And it changed my life. It was just, wow. He was scanning every book and then making sure it never gets destroyed. And people used to come and bring their books to the gate, and then he'd go and collect them and scan them. And it was really life-changing for me. I cannot do anything that much by myself, but I knew Swamiji could change so many people's lives. And why not help Swamiji to do that? You know, I couldn't do it by myself. So that's why I became an SJP, because I wanted Swamiji to have as many resources as possible just to help change people's lives. And yeah, it's the best thing I've ever done. Yes, it was powerful, and yeah, I just did it, and it just flowed, and so it was meant to be completely. And yeah, so myself, just little old me, couldn't change that many people's lives, but Swamiji certainly can, and that's why I want to help and support him. Mhm.
Wow,
Yeah.
what a powerful impact, ma'am. What you had shared about Swamiji collecting the books, right? The sacred scriptures of Hinduism, which, you know, unfortunately, even we don't have Hindus, we do not have in our own hands. But Swamiji took that responsibility, took a lot of effort in collecting the scriptures, ancient scriptures from around the world, putting it all together. One, of course, the physical books that Ma is referring here, in preserving them. Of course, you know, many have gone through the test of time, and you know, the books being termite eaten or destroyed, where Swamiji recovers them. As Ma Paragyana was sharing, Swamiji, you know, got these books digitized. The world's largest digital library, the largest digital Hindu library Swamiji has created. And not only in terms of book, even if you take the palm leaf scriptures, the sacred Hindu scriptures, even this, you know, that have not been preserved, they have been all over the world. And, you know, Swamiji had sent a team of sannyasis around, even in India, to go collect these palm leaves, these scriptures, and collecting them all, digitizing them, and preserving these scriptures and sharing that sacred secrets, that ancient scriptures, the revelations from those scriptures to us, and giving, you know, the any initiations that Swamiji gives, or any knowledge for that matter, Swamiji always gives with the scriptural reference, the Shastra Pramana for each and either initiations or knowledge that Swamiji gives. And in that, Swamiji ensures that the tradition is maintained, even though it is modernized. So bringing back that whole tradition of palm leaves, Swamiji, even when his initiations, when he gives the initiations, he gives these initiations with the palm leaves, but, you know, done through the modern prints. This is just one example. Likewise, in every aspect, the culture, the food, the you know, as we were discussing a few days back about the the Nagaratar community, the Chettinad lifestyle, those house, you know, how those construction was made, the houses were made. Like this, in every aspect of Hinduism, Swamiji has revived. Of course, he revived a civilization, not just one organization, not just one temple, not just one lifestyle, but a civilization. And this is like more than 40 years of hard work that Swamiji has done in preserving, in reviving, and giving it back to us, so that we Hindus have that, the rich culture, the rich history, the glorious past that we once had, bringing that back to us so that we can enjoy. It is our own heritage, and Swamiji is reviving and giving it back to us, so we live the authentic Hinduism as it is meant to be. So, Ma, you have beautifully shared what a great impact Swamiji is doing in by reviving our own sacred tradition and gifting it back to us. So, how was your experience? This always is a question that I feel when founding mothers and founding fathers join us. Is how was your first experience when you met Swamiji? Physically, when you went to the 2012, you had attended the Inner Awakening program. Could you please share about that?
Yeah, it was, being around him is just it's a great experience. I love the energy, and you know, it's just, yeah, you can almost touch him, and it's just vibration, and it's just, he's real. It's not fake, like out in the world it's all fake, and he's real, and it's just, it's like coming home when you're around him. It's yeah. And the things we used to do when we were in the ashram, it was just amazing, like he's just like a kid sometimes. And let's all stay awake all night, and let's go without food for ages, and we could all do it. It was good fun, but also completion. You had to, if something came up, you had the tools to complete with it, and being around that energy was, a lot got, and there was a lot of tears too as you were going through completion. Tears come up, it just releases, but just being around it, and and we had fun, a lot of fun, and and you look at him now and he's quite serious, but really underneath he's actually really a lot of fun, and it was great lifestyle. It was a beautiful lifestyle to live like that, and to be around him and learn so much. Like when we went to Cambodia and Bali, and the knowledge of all the temples, and it's just absolutely life-changing. It's hard to put into words. Walking around Cambodia at the big temple there was just wow. And I look at the photos now of so many of us all dressed in orange, and it's just very special. It's really special. And at one stage we had a session around a river, and Swamiji was in the middle of the river and the water stopped. And then it was just so powerful. It stopped. And then when he hopped out, gushed straight through. It was a different life, and it was an amazing life. Yeah, it really was. So I learned so much, and I gained so much truth and reality of what's really real. And it was, and I loved all the deities in the ashram. Like they would talk to you. I know that sounds funny, but they'd actually talk, and they turn into friends, and you're thinking, oh God, I'm going crazy here, but they're not. They're so energized that they actually are alive. And so it was very special being around that time. It was so good. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Actually,
that was
so
my
beautifully
life.
you said, Ma. Yes. You said so beautifully. I mean, this is something that we can hear from all the devotees, is that being around Swamiji is like being at home. You feel yourself.
Yes.
Of course, Swamiji helps us initiate and helps us to see the true self, our
Yeah.
real self. That's exactly why when we are with Swamiji, when we are around Swamiji, we feel so blissed out because we are truly who we are. We feel at home.
Yes.
This is where I belong. This is who I am.
Exactly.
And
yeah. And then you got to go out in the big world, and you're thinking, oh, all right. What is real and what's not? Yeah. It's certainly a different life, but it's a very special life. It's a special time of my whole 60 odd years, and it was I'll never forget it. Yeah, it was so good. Yeah.
well, you had shared earlier you have very profound experience in completion. But before we get into the completion itself, right, in life, where at least I used to believe that if a person reacts a certain way to a certain situation, then that's the way the person is. And either it's you or it's somebody else, you think, okay, this is how I am. If I have a fear of darkness, I have fear of darkness. What can be done? Or if I react a certain way to a situation, and that's the way it is. And that's how I used to think. And also the idea of karma. Oh, if this is it, something has happened, you need to face it. Nothing can be done. These are the ideas that we grow up with. But Swamiji's revelation on completion and making it experiential for us, that even if something has happened in the past, even if some wound has happened in the past, a mental scar, emotional scar that has happened in the past, that can be erased. This was like such a profound revelation and experience for me. Could you please share from your experience how this process of completion changed your life?
A couple of years ago, I was running. I was raining, and I was running, and I tripped over, and it was 7 o'clock in the morning, and I fell over and I broke my shoulder. I didn't realize that at the time, but I tripped over and I knew, oh, that hurt. But it didn't really pain. It was the weirdest thing. And I was more worried about my sunglasses, breaking my sunglasses, than what I was about my shoulder. So, and anyways, I went into the program and I was there all day. So this happened at 7 a.m. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I thought, oh, it's pretty bruised and it looks a bit odd. So I thought I'd better go and get it checked out. But there was still no pain. It just looked bad. And so I actually went to hospital. First of all, I had to ring my son and I said, Matthew, I think I better go to hospital. Can you come and pick me up? That was my first completion I had to work on, thinking he wouldn't come. And he did. I completed, and he turned up. I went to hospital and they said I've smashed it in quite a few places. I said, I can't. There's no pain. And it was just so weird. Why isn't there any pain? And then I remember the story that Swamiji was talking about when he fell off the horse. There was no pain. And I thought, but I'm not enlightened. But after a while, when I had it operated on, that's when the pain really hit. But it didn't happen for a few days, but then it started hitting. And I realized this is emotional pain. What have I stored in that shoulder? And that's when I went on a massive completion journey of what was stuck in my shoulder. And I wasn't good enough. That was very much in there. And the amount of things I used to do in life to prove I was good enough. And that was always using my right shoulder. And completion just helped me get right through it. It wasn't a great time of my life, but all the completion. But I realized that pain of breaking something is not there. It's actually, what have you got stored in your body? What's all those emotions that we get stored and why, where they've come from, how are they stuck there, how to get them out. And completion is the way. So that was another stepping stone in my whole life of, wow, really understanding what we store in our body. And it goes right back to childhood, comes right through to now. And so, yeah, it was amazing. Not a great journey, but I survived. And you can break a bone with no pain, but it's the emotional, all the stories that are in there. It's not the stories that have the pain it's all the emotions to your stories. And that's what I really realized. And so it was a very, very powerful time in my life. And so I've got pins and plates and still all in there. But I live with them, and they're just a reminder of something else comes up. Completion. And so, yes, it's so powerful. It's the most powerful tool I've ever learned. And so that's, yeah, my whole life is just looking at everything in my life.
I think you have put it in a very simple way. What had actually happened is you had a fracture in the shoulder and you had fallen down and many pieces. Did the doctors tell how many places, how many pieces
there was
or how many?
The arm and about 3 breaks, 3 big breaks. So it was, yeah. Wow. So it was big and still no pain. What's wrong?
3 breaks in the shoulder, but you did not have any pain and you did not know it was actually broken till the afternoon. You're like, I think I better go get it checked out. And it was actually broken in multiple pieces, but you had no pain.
No pain.
Actually, Swamiji, whenever Swamiji is teaching us, right, he's not just sharing his knowledge, he makes it experiential for us. And this is something that Swamiji himself has gone through. You know, when Adi Kailasa, Swamiji was riding a horse. He had fallen off a horse, and he had a compound fracture in his right arm, and the hands, the bone was split open, and it was protruding through the skin, and it was bleeding. But throughout that whole experience, Swamiji did not have pain. And, not only that, he wanted to do a research on that so that he can duplicate that in each and every one of us, give that as an experiential understanding for every one of us. It's such a beautiful compassion. And what Ma Paragnana is sharing us with us today is exactly that. That when she had a fracture into three broken pieces of her shoulder bone, she did not even realize that her bone was broken. And she, morning 7 o'clock, she had fallen down and had that fracture. But evening 4 o'clock, she's thinking, okay, maybe I should go check it out. Maybe something is wrong, and actually it was. And it was such a powerful experience that you had, where Swamiji is told pain is a lie, and that is a reality for her. And being a body therapist, you have experienced that the pain is actually coming because of the emotional and mental scars that we're storing in the body.
Yeah.
So it is such a greatest gift that Swamiji has given us through this process of completion. I think the mantra that Ma Paragnana is using is completion, 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 completion. So what is this completion, and how can it make a difference in our life? Let us now directly listen to Swamiji about the healing part of completion.
नित्यानन्देश्वर समारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरि मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Sri Mahants, Mahants, Kotaris, Tanedars, sitting with us all over the world through Nithyananda TV, Sadhana TV, two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha all over the world, cities sitting with us through two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha all over the world. Ohio, Prayag, Nithyananda University, Los Angeles, Seattle, Chidambaram, Kuala Lumpur, Perni, Vancouver, Canada, Toronto, Kailasam, Indrani, New Jersey, Phoenix, Kanchipuram, Oklahoma, Somanatham, Nithyananda Nagara, Bidadi, Houston, Kalahasti, St. Louis, Festus, London, Kashi, Bangalore North, Muktananda, Seattle, Hebal, Bangalore, High Point, North Carolina, Pidadishwari's Training Center, Salem, Hyderabad, Gupta Kashi, Philadelphia, Istanbul, Turkey, Dubai, Vaidyanatham, San Jose, Madurai, Nithyananda University, Paris, Belgium, Dhyanapeetham, Hong Kong, Sirgari, Port Washington, New York, Guadalupe, Rameshwaram, Hebal Center, Bangalore, Netherlands, Stratford, US, Hong Kong, Sirgari, Port Washington, New York, High Point, North Carolina, Philadelphia, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Oman, Sivagangai. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Today, 27th Inner Awakening, 4th day, 24th Ingenious, 4th day, Nirahara Samyama level 2, first day, Di Samyama, 4th day. In Inner Awakening, we are going to work on a very important component of human being, which should not be important component, but which becomes important component, that is the pain patterns. Understand, burning the root pattern is very important so that it doesn't grow more and more. Patterns don't grow more and more, but completing with all other patterns are also very important. Like the results of the pain pattern, results of the root patterns caused. For example, the main cause of the root pattern is your life. Your life itself has become main cause of the root pattern. The root pattern's cause, main cause, is the way you live. And these pain patterns are like a small side effects. Not only you need to complete with the root pattern, you have to complete with even the pain patterns which are side effects and after effects. If you complete with the root pattern, we can be sure it will not grow again, it will not repeat again itself in your life. But listen, but the many side effects of root pattern already created in your body, they also need to be completed. For example, listen, I'll give you this example. Because of root pattern, so many permanent damages are done to your body and mind. For example, like diabetes, high blood pressure, constant restlessness. All this has become part of your lifestyle. Even if you burn the root pattern, this permanent damages done to your lifestyle, like diabetes, high blood pressure, constant irritation mood, depression, all this will go away only when you work on all the pain patterns created by root patterns all these years which you entertained. See, once you burn the root pattern, it will not come back again from tomorrow and repeat in your life. But what about the many permanent damages done to your body all these years because of the root pattern? Those are called pain patterns. If you burn the root pattern, immediately you will not be out of your diabetes. You will not be out of your high blood pressure. You have to complete with every pain pattern, which is the ripple effect of the root pattern in you. That is what we are going to do today. The good news is, it can be done. Best news is, I am going to assist you. I'll make it happen. But I tell you, the moment you complete with all these various pain patterns, so many things which you thought permanent disorders will just melt down. Diabetes, high blood pressure, all these, allopathy says permanent disorders means like you have to take the medication for the whole life, because they don't know the solution. And at one level, they know the solution, they don't want people to know the solution. See, when your body is the income source for the pharmaceutical industries, why will they cure you? No, your expectation is wrong. It is like you go to an engineer and try to expect that he will serve you food. No. Even that can be considered as an innocence. But if you expect pharmaceutical industries to cure you, it is absolute ignorance, stupidity. Because what for they are running the company? Understand? In India, medicine was always non-profit. from the beginning. All of you need to know, in my villages, I have seen the doctor will never get paid, but whenever the harvest happens, he gets his share. I remember clearly, 3 share maraka. Maraka is a measure in Indian villages. 3 share maraka per acre land. Anybody owns 1 acre land, he gives 3 share maraka to doctor, and barber never gets paid in Indian villages. He gets 1 share. And the drums musician of the temple, he never gets paid. Any house, any program, good or bad, they will come and play. They don't get paid, they get 1 share. Understand, Indian doctors get paid only if you are healthy. They don't get paid if you are sick. If you are sick and don't work in the land, he will not get paid. So naturally, his interest is keeping you healthy. I am telling in those days. In those days, he gets his income if you are kept healthy. Now if you fall sick only, he has money, then what do you think? He's not a Paramahamsa who doesn't want anything. He wants his car, he wants his house, he wants to have money. He wants to have money to pay to the doctors when he falls sick. Understand, medical care and education, both were never paid service in Vedic lifestyle, in Vedic tradition. Both were never paid service. It was done by the voluntary contribution. So that both purity can be kept. Anyhow, whatever Western medical methods have taught you, permanent conditions can just melt down. Please understand, melt down and heal itself just by this completing with all the pains. It will be almost like so much of pus will be taken out of you today. So much of completion will happen. Already I know many of you feel so much load has been taken out of your heart. Today, not only so much load will be taken out, the process is so powerful. Once you complete this completion with pain patterns, we call this process as Samskaara Dahana Kriya. Once you do this process and complete it, after today, from tomorrow, you don't need to sit and do completion, just your decision you will be complete. If you can be in the space of completion just by decision, you are living enlightenment. Understand? If you need to sit and do completion and complete, do the completion process, relive and relieve and complete, you are a seeker. If you are able to achieve the completion space just by the decision, I am completing, the spontaneous completion, and that incompletions do not come back to your inner space again and disturb you at all, you are free. If you live in this space, you are living enlightenment. Understand? That is why this Samskaara Dahana Kriya, burning the pain patterns, are very, very important. Burning the pain patterns are very, very important. Samskaara Dahana Kriya is very, very important. I tell you, so many things which terrorizes you in your life, so many things which terrorizes you in your life will not even have place in your life. You won't even remember them in your life once you complete this pain samskaras, once you complete with all the pain patterns, once you complete with all the pain samskaras, once the Samskaara Dahana Kriya is done, today whole day you will be completing. The completion whole day. Once you do this process, once the process happens, you will see, simply you will see, so many things which were terrorizing your life earlier will not even have meaning. It's like if you are terrorized even seeing the photograph of snake, you will be so comfortable. Even if you see the snake in the front, I don't mean you will go and put your hand in the mouth, but there won't be panic attack. You will know, it goes, you go. Actually, snake is terrorized by you. That's the truth. No, really. Please understand, the poisonous snakes cannot release the poison through their teeth unless they are terrorized. See, the teeth of the snake is not always prepared to release the poison into your system or inject the poison. Only when they are terrorized, that whole area becomes so strong, it can just bite and release the poison inject the poison into your system. A snake which is not terrorized can't even release venom, inject poison. If you observe when they take out the snake venom for medical purposes, how they take it out, and if you see the videos of snake really biting somebody, you will understand the difference. So, snake is terrorized by you, that is why it is attacking you. If you are not terrorized by it, you will understand. You don't need to be terrorized and you go your way, that goes its way. It's a very shy animal. It's not the animal to come and attack you. All the stories you have created, snakes can take revenge. Lot of village stories are there. All that stories are stories. Listen, so many things which terrorizes you, which can terrorize you, which was terrorizing you, will just become meaningless once you complete Samskaara Dahana Kriya. So understand, Samskaara Dahana Kriya is literally ironing out your inner space from the beginning. This technique is one of the most powerful technique from Shiva's teachings to Devi. Such an absolutely powerful technique which can make you so alive, powerful. Actually, I have seen people coming and telling me, Swamiji, I forgot, not that I am struggling, I just forgot some of my 20, 10 years, 15 years of addictions. Not just smoking and drinking. There are some addictions. Like unless you read the newspaper, you cannot go to the 1, 2, 3. Now people have strange addictions, you don't know. The psychological addictions. People come and tell me, and moreover, this psychologically constantly connecting the life happenings and the symbols you see in the front, that is another one big disease people carry. People think if you see the person with the black dress, whatever work you are going, it will not work out. If you see a black cat, it will not The things for which you are going will not work out. Black cat is not that intelligent to know what far you are going, where you are going, and then appearing in front of you and giving you the warning signal. If black cat can do that, let us worship black cat. Why are we hating it? If black cat is crossing you, black cat is crossing you. An animal is in search of his food. Why are we attributing too much of intelligence to black cat? Anyhow, so listen, it's absolutely funny sometimes how people think. If they see early morning somebody with a green dress, they think the whole day will be very green. If they see somebody early morning with a shaved head, that's all, the whole day somebody will be shaving them. No, people have their own. In Indian villages and the great cities like New York, the most superstitious city I have ever found is New York and London. Indian villages are much better. Their superstitiousness has at least some other reason. So many high-rise buildings will not have number 13th floor even now in London. Am I right? What stupidity. What this poor number 13 has done. After 12, automatically he comes. Before 14, he has to come. What poor thing he has done? Other than being next to 12, all these superstitious thinkings with which you are caught, you won't even remember them after you complete with this Samskaara Dahana Kriya, the pain body. You will be liberated from them. Understand? When I am saying you are laughing about this black cat, number 13, especially Friday falls on the 13th, that's all. Half of the London will not come out of their house. No, I tell you, now we are laughing, but the people who are suffering with that pattern, it's really a suffering for the people, for them. So much of torture and so much of creativity is lost, intelligence is lost. And one more thing, once you start believing the black cat will bring bad things to you, you will be waiting for some bad thing to happen and bring it and connect it into the mouth of the black cat. And cursing that stupid cat who has gone in front of you. Actually, because he saw you, he did not get food. That is the truth. One king, he believes his barber is inauspicious omen for him. Bad omen. So one day by mistake, the moment he woke up, through the window he saw his barber. That's all. He got so annoyed. He ordered the soldiers and told the barber. He ordered the soldiers, cut the head of this barber, kill this fellow. And they went and told the barber, king saw you first, so he feels he will have a bad day, so he's ordered us to kill you. Barber said, I also saw the king only first today morning. At least for him, bad things may come. For me, see already. What is happening? This bad omen ideas and thought trend, understand, it is literally a bondage, I tell you. It's a bondage and psychological torture. How many of you have secretly like this some of the thought trends of this bad omen? Raise your hand. Raise your hand fully, let me see. Nothing wrong. See, actually, this is a big, very big bondage on you. Today, once you do the Samskaara Dahana Kriya, this will simply be forgotten. Relax. it will be actually forgotten. Liberation from this bad omen thought trend is one of the very important liberation human beings need. But no educated man talks about it. Because talking about it looks, you are too stupid, foolish, you don't talk about it. But secretly you go on enjoying it and connecting it. And whenever you plan your strategies and life decisions, everything, you connect all this. This thought trend of connecting the omens and happenings is one of the very big bonding thought trend. Now with this completion, Samskaara Dahana Kriya, not only you will be liberated, you will even forget that you had this thought trend. Many times people come and tell me, Swamiji, I just forgot to connect this black cat and bad things. Even statistics show that people who believe in bad luck will have more accidents on Friday the 13th. What is this bad omen? It is nothing but subconsciously avoiding responsibility for our actions. You do all the stupid things, and that poor black cat, because he morning went, he is now supposed to be blamed for all the mishaps. Understand? This thought trend of good and bad omens, this thought trend of good and bad omens, connecting your omens and results, life happenings, and addiction, both are from the same root. Please understand. You may be surprised. All addictions are nothing but you believing they will give you the feel-good feeling, that's all. Most of the time you smoke, you drink, expecting they will give you the feel-good feeling. I'll define addiction. When you do it, you won't find anything big benefit. When you don't do, you will find it missing big way. That is addiction. When you smoke, you will not find some great pleasure. But when you don't smoke, you will find a great emptiness. That is what is addiction. I tell you, all addictions and this mental setup of connecting your omens and life happenings, both are from the same thought trend. Both are from the same thought trend. When you do this Samskaara Dahana Kriya, you will understand. Sometimes the Indian villages look much better in this kind of these omens and superstitions than these so-called developed countries. I really had a cultural shock when I heard there won't be 13th floor in London. If the day is 13th day is Friday, half of the traffic will be empty. And all these London dailies are full of black magicians' advertisements. Ghost can be driven just by phone. I have people who can drive anybody by phone. What ghost? No, really. When I saw even in New York, every 6th board or 7th board will be that, what? That psychic, with that big eye, neon light, shining, psychic readings. And I read a legal case. A doctor has done an MRI on a psychic reader and she lost the power, it seems. And she sued and got the money. That's very funny. She sued and got the money. I really had a cultural shock when I saw all this. Then only I understood it is nothing to do with education, it has something to do with the human thought trend. If you carry incompletion, whether you are educated or uneducated, this thought trend is going to continue. Go on trying to avoid the straight understanding of responsibility and trying to dump everything on something. The cat running, rat running. If your wife ran away, it is because of you, not because cat running. No, really. And you go on attributing it to that poor cat running. Your cat did not elope with your wife. This thought trend, please understand, sometimes it is very seriously damaging your system, paralyzing your decision-making abilities, absolutely shaking your thought trend. It leads to a lot of panic attacks, paralysis in your thinking. All this, not only you will be free from these addictions, it will even be forgotten when you complete with all these pain samskaras, pain patterns. When the Samskaara Dahana Kriya is done, it will be forgotten. If you don't go through the Samskaara Dahana Kriya, the mirroring will be maybe 80%. But if you go through the Samskaara Dahana Kriya, I can guarantee 100% will start mirroring in your system, and the effect will be so deep. Once you finish the Samskaara Dahana Kriya, your whole brain becomes so alive, super conscious, ready to mirror the cosmic neuron activity. If you look at others, cosmetic neuron activity only will be reflected. Where they bought this saree, where they bought this jewelry. When you sit with the Master at the feet, the cosmic neuron activities will be mirrored in you. I tell you, that is the most powerful activity. That's the most powerful action. That's absolutely the powerful experience. That's why I thought, let you finish Samskaara Dahana Kriya. Completion with your pain patterns. Understand this much. The pharmaceutical industry, which depends upon your body as the income source, is never going to cure you. Food industry, which is a cousin brother of pharmaceutical industry now, in the modern world, is never going to let you be healthy. In Indian tradition, the food itself is used as medicine. Now in the modern day, the medicine becomes the size of the food. Essence of today's satsang, what I wanted to convey to all of you. Do Samskaara Dahana Kriya once in a while, even if you have completed inner awakening, in your own house, choose maybe once a month or twice a month, based on your lifestyle. If your lifestyle is the lifestyle of accumulating more stress, then once a month. If your lifestyle is not like that, then at least once in 2 months, decide and dedicate around 2 to 3 hours to it. If you do it in your house, it will take only 2 to 3 hours. Sit and whatever incompletions, pain patterns you remember, pen down. Catch somebody and sit with them and complete do Samskaara Dahana Kriya, or if you are not able to catch anybody, get the mirror, that's all. Mirror solves all your problems. You always have one more person with mirror. Talk to him. Complete with that person. At least once in 2 months, do this Samskaara Dahana Kriya. It will really do so much good to you. That's all is the essence of today's satsang. I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching and causing eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you.
Nithyananda Dhyanapītam, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999.
A very powerful revelation from Swamiji on how completion can transform our life, especially with the pain patterns that we have been suffering with. And today, as we have Ma Parajnananda, this is an experiential understanding for you. And what is the powerful cognition? Probably a reminder for you from this satsang. What is it that you got out of this?
It's funny, I forgot the mirror. Yeah, I can do it really quick, but the mirror would really, I forgot all about that one. But it was beautiful to watch because I lived my life with completion, and to see that again, it's just another few more clicks, yes. And the mirror would make it so much more powerful again. I like that one. I completely forgot. That was 2014 that was played, and I remember every word he said, and it was just beautiful. It was, I'm on the right track. It's that's all we can do is just completion, and and you get very fast at it, when you recognize it. Yes, completion. And that's my life, and that's how I live, and I know it works because after breaking the shoulder there was no pain. I know it works. It's powerful plus, and everybody needs to do it. It's just life-changing. So this has been exciting, going back memory lane.
Is there a specific pain pattern that you consciously remembered completing, that which made you feel that you have directly contributed, that has directly contributed in your ability to transformation or transcend pain? Is there any specific pattern that that you were able to complete, which had a deep impact in your life, a powerful impact, positive impact?
Not being good enough. I'm not good enough. So I've got to, everything was around trying to be the best of everything. And so where did that come from? So take it right back down, and oh wow, it's quite amazing where it starts. And I'm dyslexic and couldn't spell and all those sort of things, and it just built up until it eats you inside, and when you start completing with it, it's just life-changing. It's it really is. It's absolutely, he's talking about the doctor giving you pills and all sorts. Well, this is a pill. This is something that you can take and just, completion. And and it pops up every now and again, nowhere near as much. But back to completion. It's just one of those things. So when I found my statement to myself, I'm not good enough, then everything that went around it, it was just, that's what I'm here for. It's just completion. And you can enjoy life now because, it's just so different to fighting life. You can enjoy life. And, so it's a way of life. And that's just my life, is completion about it in every reaction I have. So, it's the reaction, go back in and have a look. So it was lovely to watch that from way back then. It was good.
So, Ma, the completion, not only with the pain, so obviously when you do the completion with your pain, it helps in the relationship that you have with yourself as well as with your family, with your friends and everybody, right? How has this
100%.
completion transformed your relationship?
You have to do it with yourself first. That's an absolute. You have to be complete with yourself. And yeah, and my family are different. They come from a different planet to me, but that's all right. You know, like I chose this journey, so you have to complete with your family. That's the first bit. And completion, they haven't got a clue what I've done, but I know I'm very complete. And it's wonderful. It's yeah, that's the very first thing you need to do is start with your family, and then you can broaden out. That's what I did. And even to this day, if there's something pops up, I go back and what is it? Oh yeah, you know, and you can do it really fast now. But it's just a way of life. It's just whatever pops up, completion, see what it was. And so yeah, so I'm going to go back and pick up the mirror and have another dive in just to see what else there is. And it's it changes. It's life changing. It brings happiness into your life. It brings completion into your life, and that's all you need. And then you can handle all the big problems because it's not big. You just it's just a way of life, and that's my way of life. And I share it with lots of people just so that they can have that way of life too. Yeah.
Very nice,
So
Ma.
good.
It's very nice,
Thank
Ma.
you.
It's so inspiring, actually. And in the satsang, Ma, Swamiji was sharing how Swamiji was mentioning that diseases such as high blood pressure and diabetes, in fact, the ripple effects of the root patterns in us. So, have you noticed any such patterns or symptoms healing in you through the same completion process, Ma, that Swamiji has gifted to the world?
Yeah. No, I'm 68 and I don't have any problems. But if a headache even came up, which I don't have very often, I look at where'd that come from. So I had all my illnesses and everything before I found Swamiji, and then I went back and completed with them all. So it was since then I don't really have any medical problems at all. I can't remember the last time I went to a doctor. I would have been when I broke my shoulder a couple of years ago. But it's just, I was a very, very sick lady once, but not anymore. I've never had any symptoms, no nothing ever since I found Swamiji. So it's no sugar, diabetes, no nothing, high blood, nothing. So I'm very, very lucky.
So true.
It's
Yes.
yeah.
So true, Ma. Actually, this is one thing that all the disciples and devotees will say. Actually, in fact, just yesterday we had Dr. Peter Bloomfield in the show, Vaideshwaraya, and he's a doctor. He's an emergency doctor, and he also was sharing how, ever since he met Swamiji, he doesn't fall sick at all. So yes. So you've mentioned, Ma, that you are a body therapist. Do you apply the teachings, the powerful cognitions, the techniques that Swamiji has gifted us when it comes to the people who you are healing, Ma? And how does it help them?
Absolutely. It helps them lets them to understand what's really going on in their body. And I'm like a body scan, so I can kind of say what's going on in their body before they even lay down. And I teach them as much as I can. People don't understand their bodies. They just can, they fill it full of garbage and everything. But when they start to understand what's going on in their body, it's quite life-changing and it's powerful. And understanding, well, what's happening to that particular organ and things like that. So yeah, I do a lot of educating of the clients. So it's not just treatment, it's actually educating them too. It should be in schools, but it's not. So it's, I do the best I can with the clients that come in and just teach them. Understand your body, what's going on, what's behind that, when did it start? And so that's kind of what I do, it's my way of life now. And yeah, even in yoga, you can watch people and you're thinking, oh yeah, bit of tweak here, what's going on? And yeah, it's quite interesting. I could see they can't move properly, but when completion comes in, it's just, yeah, it's you can start moving the body. You can do lots of things. Life changes. And that's how I live my life, and that's how I teach others. Yeah. So it's just a way of life for me now. It's turned into a way of life.
Yeah, actually, Swamiji says that 90% of our physical problems are even just psychological.
Okay.
Even the so-called pain that we have, it's just psychological. And through the process of completion, we can actually get rid of these so-called physical problems, for which this day and age we see people taking a lot of pills and medicine, which in turn gives more and more side effects in our
Yes.
body. So,
Yeah.
like, for the people that you are treating, how do you treat them, in the sense, like, being a body therapist, what do you advise as a solution for them in healing them?
So I teach them into understanding their body, where their pain is. And then we go back through, I take them back through where it started. And yeah, so I kind of can just see, and it's just, I move things around and things like that. Sounds funny, but you can. But it's more comes back down to the education, just teaching them, and yeah, and reassuring them that they're on the right track. Just check out your body. What's going on? What emotions are coming up? So it's very much, I talk about the emotions and what emotion is it, and then what's underneath that, and then out it all comes. And I find that all of them are just in fluid, and then when the tears come and releases, that's when the release happens, and that's when it starts healing the body. So yeah, that's how I do it. But so I have a massage table and I work on the people, but really you can just sit down and talk to them. But anyway, we'll get to that point along the track as we go along, and then we just end up talking and educating them. And they don't teach us this at school, and they should, but they don't. So that's what I do. Yeah. So everything is in completion, and just complete. But understanding what are you completing with first. And so I do a lot of coaching around that, and it's good. It works really, really well. Yeah. And then when you work at what's going on in their body and what symptoms they have, well, why? Where did that start? How did it start? And so, yeah, that's what I do. It's good. Love it. Yeah.
Ma, you have attended multiple programs, right? You have said many inner awakenings and many programs that Swamiji has conducted. How was your transformation? What has been your experience like directly, either asking questions to Swamiji or direct interactions that you have had with Swamiji? How has that experience?
I call it another planet. And so you're talking to a higher self, a higher energy, which is true, which is my life, like it's yeah, it's just, I always knew it, but really to actually know that this is just planet Earth, there's more out there than just this. And we just came down here. We only came down here to complete. And then so yeah, it's just and I've always believed that. So when I found Swamiji, oh my God, what I believed is true. I'm not some silly little kid. And it was, oh my gosh, that's a whole new world. And to think that the deities are alive and you can talk to them, well, how many people would understand that? But oh my God, I can talk to them, and it's just a whole different way of life. And then you can bring it back into your real life. And it's, yeah. And we're only here for a short time, and then we can come back again. And yeah. And when I found out that's actually true, I knew it, but being around Swamiji, all those truths come out, and yeah, it was really, really quite profound. It was, yeah. I come from another planet.
Having You mentioned about having the experiences, right, with the deities in Adi Kailash, especially that they are so alike. Have you had any profound experience interacting with the deity or the deities giving you the darshan? And any interesting experience that you could share?
Yeah, I really quite funny. I have a real connection with Krishna. And then we were sitting there with all the Balasans, and they said, who am I thinking of? And I had to read his mind, and I knew exactly who he's thinking of. And I went back to his temple, and I said to the Balasan, I said, why is it on a lean like this? And why is Krishna up here, up the hill a bit, rather than in the front of the temple? And he said, oh my gosh, you're right. I didn't know that, but I could see it. And it was third eye reading type of thing. And it was just, wow, what I can see, my third eye can actually is true. That was a really, and I know I had a past life with Krishna, and it just really reinforced how much connection I had with him. And it was really profound. It was, I'm not silly. I'm not, it was true. And I could see, and the third eye being open is, wow, what you can see is quite amazing. Especially I've really trained it into seeing into people's bodies and what's going on and things like that. And it's magical that we had this gift given to us, the third eye opening. It's quite amazing, and it's just life-changing. And so that's what I've experienced. It is, if it's life-changing for me, when I remember once I had a group of women, and we're doing a spiritual session, so I all gave them a coconut. And I said, now start rolling the coconut. I was teaching them how to roll, and I thought, oh, Wendy's gone crazy. No, I hadn't. So many of them were actually rolling the coconut off their hand. It was so powerful for them. It was just amazing. So then a couple of them, I said, now put it on the floor and now start rolling it. And a few of them did. Now that was life-changing to them. Just how to roll a coconut.
Yeah,
it was,
definitely, Ma. So what Ma Paragyana is sharing is about the third eye powers. See, as Swamiji is reviving Hindu, the sacred Hinduism, Sanatana Hindu Dharma, these are all our own treasures that Swamiji is reviving, including the power of third eye. Many times in scriptures we hear about the power of third eye, Lord Shiva has the third eye and so on, which we have heard in the Purana. But Swamiji has made it real for us to experience them, to manifest them. So what Ma Paragyana is sharing about her experience with the power of third eye, where she was able to read through the power of third eye what one Balasat, Gurukul Balasat, was thinking of projecting for her. And also the power of consciousness over matter, where with the power of third eye, you can roll a matter, move a matter. In this case, Ma Paragyana was rolling a coconut through this power, through this third eye power. So like this, there are more than 463 powers that Swamiji has initiated all of this, which is as per the scriptures, and Swamiji has given these Paramashivas Shakti, the third eye powers, to each and every one of us. So those are the experiences that Ma is sharing, and also her experience in the experience with the deities in the temple in Adi Kailash, where Swamiji has done the Pranapratishta. Swamiji has given the life energy, infused the life energy into each one of these deities, where they are not idle, where they are not stone, but they are living deities, living, breathing deities, where you can literally feel them and connect with them and have them also respond to our prayers. So these are beautiful experiences that Ma Paragyana is sharing from her visit, her stay actually in Adi Kailash, in Adi Kailash, and also the various moments that, of course, she has had with Swamiji, experiencing Swamiji's presence. So as today we are talking about completion and how powerful they are, we will now continue to listen to Swamiji these powers are, how much transformation that the completion can bring into each and every one of our life.
I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Today, 7th day of 27th Inner Awakening, 7th day of 24th Ingenious. We are going to work on completion with others. I wanted to expand on the same truth today. This completion with others. Most difficult thing if you are stuck with the pattern of egocentrism. Most easiest thing if you can flow in the space of friendliness. Understand? There are only two things that can heal incompletions and wounds in the whole world. Nothing else can heal. One is Kala, another one is friendliness. Kala, the Lord of Time. Time can heal by making you forget and removing the impact and making those wounds, people who gave you the wounds, irrelevant to your life. Friendliness can also do the same job, but immediately. Understand? Kala takes sweet time, his own sweet time, to make you forget, heal, complete, and make that whole incident irrelevant to your life. For example, surely you will not be carrying deep wounds related to somebody who was part of your life 25 years before and now he is not even there, he is irrelevant to your life. You may not carry incompletions, wounds. Maybe the pattern you may carry, but not with him. Because he is irrelevant for your life anymore. Understand? Kala also heals, but taking a lot of time. If you just wait for Kala to heal, I tell you, you will miss a lot in the life. You can heal it immediately. You can complete much of your incompletions immediately. You can bring yourself immediately by friendliness. Friendliness is one of the very important nectar, amrita, to heal many of the disease in your body itself. Please understand. Most of the incompletions you carry with others will be stored in your biomemory only as diseases. The incompletions you carry with others, when they are stored in your biomemory, don't think they will be sitting in you as a pleasant energy. No. They will be sitting in you as some disorder, disease, discrepancy, disturbance. Friendliness is a powerful nectar which can heal so many of the diseases and disorders in your system before even they express as a full-fledged disease. Before even the symptoms and pain comes out, it can be healed. Friendliness is the nectar. You need to pour on yourself again and again. Friendliness is the nectar. You need to drink, take bath, keep it as main source of your life. Only when you awaken the friendliness in you that completion with others becomes a reality. Every day completing with others becomes reality only when you awaken the friendliness. I tell you, money, health, fulfillment in the life, contentment, all this can simply become reality with you, can simply become reality in you, and all this can be your reason for celebration if you carry friendliness. Please understand. If you carry friendliness in you, with you, money can be the reason for celebration. Sometimes money itself becomes a reason for fear. Understand? I have seen people, money becomes the reason for their fear. They are afraid somebody will kill them and take away their money. Money becomes the reason for their sufferings. With friendliness, if it is generated, money becomes the reason for your celebration. Relationships become reason for your celebration. Your health will become reason for your celebration. Friendliness, I tell you, friendliness is the most auspicious thing in the world, which can bring all auspiciousness in your life. This one quality, friendliness, not just with the human beings you see, animals, plants, rivers, hills, the seat you are sitting, everything you see radiate friendliness. Today all of you are going to, all the inner awakening participants, all of you are going to talk to so many people, complete with so many of them. Today whole day decide in your eyes, in your tongue, in your ears, in your body, in your thinking, everywhere you will carry friendliness. Let friendliness be the nectar. Let friendliness be the Ganga flowing in you. Let friendliness be the energy runs you. Whatever you see, you touch, you think, today let everything happen with tremendous friendliness. Actually, yesterday I went to Haridwar, the inside city. Don't ask me when, because all that whole day you are seeing me in the class. When did I go? Don't ask me that. I went just to see whether today I can take you guys and show you the glimpse of what is going on in Haridwar. Mainly just to make you experience the kind of a friendliness people radiate in the name of Mahadeva. This is the world's longest pilgrimage done by largest number of people. There are some other pilgrimages like Shabarimala, done by more number of people, but the distance of the pilgrimage is less. It's less than 14 kilometer, but here almost 200 kilometer, 10 million, 1 crore people are walking. Yesterday itself, all roads of Haridwar is blocked. Please understand. The whole Delhi to Haridwar traffic is blocked. The main national highway is blocked. All the traffic is diverted. Today is actually Monday. You can see yesterday itself I saw that any distance, any amount of distance you can see in any direction is only that Kavadiya. Kavadiya means that on the shoulder with a stick, they put 2 Ganga water pots and carrying it on the shoulder. And that Ganga water pot, Ganga pot, that is decorated with all clothes, flowers, with as they wish. Some Kavadiyas are at least 20 feet height. And just 4 people carrying. The amount of friendliness they were radiating with each other as a group. It is not a joke. 10 million people gathering and doing a same ritual without even a single crime. And with no infrastructure. They just take bath in Ganga, go to Nilkant Mahadev, take bath there, do Abhishekam to Mahadev, Shiva, and from there start walking and sleep in the nights wherever they get space on the roadside itself. And I was surprised, so many hotels provide free food for these people who are walking. So many hotels, I can say in a way, any hotel you walk in, no one will ask you money. And these hotel people are not rich people. They all make their daily living by selling food. I had tears yesterday when I saw that kind of a friendliness people radiate in the name of Mahadeva, Shiva. And the youngsters, college kids, school kids getting involved. I really wanted to take you all and give you the glimpse. But the police people yesterday itself told me they will allow only my vehicle. They blocked my vehicle 2-3 places. The moment they said, oh Mahamandaleshwar, okay, we will allow only Swamiji's vehicle, but don't try to bring any more vehicles. Even security vehicles we cannot allow. But it is a scene to be seen. The kind of a friendliness. I thought I'll send this vision team and video record and bring it and show you guys. No one gives invitation. No one organizes. That's the beauty of all the great celebrations, festivals happening in India. No one gives invitation. No one organizes. Just people gather. Anywhere I can see, the length and breadth my eyes go, I see people only with the saffron. This Kavadiya devotees, Shiva Bhaktas, they wear saffron color during the pilgrimage. It is like a saffron Ganga entered into the road. If I did not have inner awakening session, I would have surely walked with them. I tell you, whether they know it or not, the friendliness they radiate is what is the Amrita Mahadeva accepts. Not just the Ganga water. It is the friendliness they carry. That Amrita only Mahadeva accepts. And friendliness can infuse life into life. Friendliness can bring tremendous joy, tremendous bliss. Into every being. Friendliness. Friendliness is the energy, never makes you powerless, never makes you arrogant, neither makes you resist nor makes you accept. So the essence of today's satsang, when you call, talk to people, do completion with others today, you will breathe, think, see, hear, friendliness. Radiate friendliness just like this. Devotees of Kavadiya means, see actually these devotees who are walking in Haridwar, they come from various parts of the country, even various parts of the world. They take bath in Haridwar Ganga and carry the Ganga water pot, go up to Nilkant Mahadev temple. After the Abhishekam, they pour the sacred water on Nilkant Mahadev. After that, again they take bath in Nilkant, in Ganga, and carry the sacred water pot and walk up to Bada Mahadev temple, which is near Meerut, and pour the water on that Shiva deity and do a. After that, many of them walk even up to their hometown, home village, native, by walk. This is what they do during this pilgrimage. Almost 1 crore people do this yatra. The whole road is like a flood of saffron color. And the amount of support and help they give to each other is amazing. Today, carry friendliness, breathe friendliness, see friendliness, hear friendliness, radiate friendliness, and complete with all the incompletions with others. That's all. I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching and causing eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you.
Nithyananda
So, in today's sessions, we saw the power of completion, what transformation it could lead with the completion with yourself, how we can complete with your pains, as well as completion with others, the friendliness that we carry with others, and what transformation that will bring to us instantly, immediately. So, what is this completion and how do you do that? So let us now listen to Swamiji on the science of completion and how to do this completion that is so transformative.
Listen carefully. Whenever an incident happening in your life, the time and space are flowing on one another. Your inner space is the space, and time is just moving. But in your inner space, if there are some traffic jam, like an obstacle in the path, like what you expected from time, your life, what you want if it is not happening, what you don't want if it is happening, that projects out. And if I have to give you a precise example, a stone or a nail sticking out in the road. If there is a stone or the nail sticking out, sticking out in the road, and your car goes on that, what happens? Tire gets punctured. Same way, what you want, the greed, what you don't want, that fear, if you carry that two in your inner space and approach the time, your life, the time gets punctured here and there. Those moments becomes karma that gets caught in your inner space. That is what is incompletion. Now, going back to that same time and same space, when you are reliving, they actually don't mind anymore, don't matter anymore in your life now. See, the tire which got punctured, at that time it delayed you going to the office. At that time it was a headache in your life. Now it is no more a pain. No, it doesn't matter anymore. So when you relive them, that same time will be relived with the space where there is no nail or a stone sticking out in the, like a fear and greed. A smooth flow of time and space is ensured. When there is a smooth flow of time and space, it is called completion. So the punctured time is made to run through your inner space again consciously. So naturally, the fear and greed do not impact the time again now. Those wounds melt down. Those wounds get healed. A smooth flow of time and space, when it is ensured that karma melts down, that incompletion melts down, you become free from the incompletion created. Please understand, it's one of the most basic question about incompletion. First time I am answering this question. This is the most basic science of why, how incompletions are built and why it gets completed when the reliving happens. Your life is nothing but time flowing over the space. If you just keep your space with so much of love, visualize you are holding yourself with so much of love and expansion and bliss and allowing the time to cross you. That is like it will be like just such a beautiful flow. It will be like a snow car driving. You will exactly feel life is flowing through you like that. Snow car driving, and it is more and more exciting, enthusiastic. But whenever you stick your fear and greed into the time, you dent the time. The dented wheel cannot move fast. Removing the dents is completion. How many of you got the answer I gave? If you are a regular satsangi, you will catch it immediately. If you are watching our satsangs, you will catch it immediately. Otherwise, the words I have thrown are little, maybe going above your head. How many of you did not understand? Raise your hand. I'll repeat. If you did not understand, please raise your hand. I'll repeat. Listen. Listen, I'll repeat. I'll repeat. Listen. Visualize your inner space is the road. That nail or a thorn or a stone sticking out of the road is your fear or greed. Your car tire is time. If the time moves smoothly on the space, there is no incompletion. If it moves on the nail or the stone, then your tire becomes flat. You can't move further. So, always if you hold the inner space consciously, without fear and greed, you will never create incompletions. For it to be reality, go back to the incompletions created, where all you put your nail and the stone, relive. So, when the time moves into the space, please listen, you may go back to that same space, same time and relive. But it is happening now. Please understand, you may go back to past, but you are in present. Going back to the past while you are in present is completion. Going forward to the future while you are present is inspiration. What you are going to do, if you visualize, that becomes inspiration when you are in the present. What you have done, if you relive, it becomes completion when you are in the present. You see, when you consciously relive, whenever you become conscious, you will be in the present. And consciously relive, you will suddenly removing all the dents and cleaning up your whole past. The time is healed. Kalabhairava puja is done. Immediately Kalabhairava blesses you with completion. I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching and causing eternal bliss. Nithyananda.
Nithyananda Dhyana Peetham, Nithyananda Nagar.
So beautifully, Swamiji explained the science of completion. What is completion? And, how we create these dents in time with fear and greed, and how to relive those moments where, even in the past, that we have created with fear and greed, to consciously relive them and remove those dents and complete with the past. So beautifully, Swamiji has explained that, makes us understand this whole power of completion, how it can transform our life. And if you do really need more information, what is this completion? How do I do this? Where can I, which program can I participate? Of course, Swamiji offers the Paramashiva Sena. This is a 30-day program that Swamiji has given us as a gift for free to the entire world. Right now, this program is happening in Los Angeles, St. Kitts and Nevis, and Kashi, India. Keshav Sharma, you are inquiring about this program. You can participate in this program by registering that at ecitizen.info/PSS. It's a 30-day powerful program for us to experience the Paramadvaita, the oneness, the Paramashivam. Naturally, to do that, we would need to go through the completion process. So the completion is also part of this program, an extensive completion, you completing with yourself and with others. A very powerful program that Swamiji has given as a gift to the entire world. So you could register for this program and experience the completion for yourself and also completion with others. And this program is now happening every month, in the first of the month, every month. This has been ongoing since last year, December. And today, I'm sure every one of you would have experienced the beautiful Venkateshwara Darshan as part of the Varalakshmi Vratam. This is a season of celebration. Soon we are expecting, we will be celebrating the Krishna Janmashtami, and that is coming up on August 16th. So as Swamiji says, Hinduism is full of celebrations. Out of 365 days a year, 300 days are for celebration, and the rest of the days are preparation for celebrations. Such is the grandeur and beauty of Hinduism. And as we are celebrating, we have Ma Prajnananda, who is a guest today, special guest, sharing her experiences with this power of completion. How just literally the one mantra that has become a reality for her is completion, and beautifully living that space of completion with herself, with her friends, with her family, and even at work. Ma, what would you like to share? The power of completion, especially as you are, engaging with a lot of people. How do you share this, and what is the message that you want to convey to them?
The message is understanding their body. It's what's stored in the body. All those stories, all those emotions, and how easy it is just to start living life by completion and start cleaning up their body and all that stories and everything that's stored in there. So and their nervous system gets cleaned up. And that's the main thing. It's, when you're living in peace and quiet and calmness, the nervous system has to be calm. And your completion will bring that to your nervous system. And it's and as I've said before, it is very, very powerful. It's everything. It's just living that way. And it's so easy, and you can do it just like that. Once you learn it. And I like the way he's talking about the nails and the tires, and that's exactly right. When there's a nail in your tire, you just go boom, boom, boom. And then when you pull out that nail, it's life goes smoothly again. That was a really good analogy, the way he explained that. So it's completion is life, and it turns into a way of life, and that's the way I live. That's how I teach my others. Yeah.
Beautiful, Mama. One thing that you have shared as a body therapist, right? Your profession is as a body therapist. How has this improved your profession before meeting Swamiji, before learning the science of completion? And once you have learned the completion, and also including with that, the power of third eye, the body scanning power that Swamiji has given, how are you able to incorporate all of this into your profession? And how has it impacted your profession in terms of success, in terms of the satisfaction or the fulfillment that you have in healing others, in helping others?
Well, I'll share one client I've just recently had, and her doctor told her she's most probably got breast cancer. And she came straight to me, and I said, no, you haven't. You have not. And the emotions that she was going through was horrendous. No doctor should tell you that without really knowing. And I said, I cannot see it. Please, please, please just do completion. You haven't got it. Just watch what's coming up for you. And it was really quite interesting for her. She kept on completing with everything. And then when she got the phone call to say it wasn't cancer, she rang me straight away. And it was just completion. That why the doctor told her, I got no idea. but she went through every emotion, and I taught her the completion process, and she got through to the other end, and she said, I haven't got it. And I said, no, you haven't got it. So that was with the third eye, and she was just so, and it was affecting the whole family. So I was working on the sister as well, and then it was just life-changing for her to have that completion process and to get to the other end. I haven't got cancer, but the growth she went through in that month was amazing. But if she didn't come to me or something like that, I don't know what she would have been. She would have been a real mess. So I was really pleased that I could teach her and tell her, no, you have not got cancer. And I was strong in that. I knew she didn't. I can see what cancer looks like. And and that was thanks to Swamiji for opening up my third eye, for that to happen, that I could say, no, you have not got it. So it was very much life-changing for her. And and I don't put myself up here. I can see everything. I don't at all. It's just as a client to and that's what we go through when we get told things. To watch her, she was destroying herself. And then when she had the tools to really complete, and everything that came up for her was just very powerful. And then she got to the end and wow, But, I know the journey she went on in that month was so much completion. And so a sister came together, a family all came together, and it was very powerful. It was thank you to Swamiji for teaching me so I could share it. And it was that was something that happened in the last week, and it was beautiful. It was really special.
Wow, that is so profound, Mom. Basically, someone who has been diagnosed with cancer, and you had guided her through the completion and through that entire month, whatever emotional roller coaster that she had been through, and through the completion process. Finally, at the end of it, when she went to re-scanned or re-got it tested, the cancer was not there.
And
Beautiful. The power of healing.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny, I hadn't told anybody this story, and here I am telling everybody. But it was beautiful to watch. It was beautiful to see her go through that, and it was very, very special. Yeah. And now she continue on in her life. Yeah, with tools.
So nice. Now, just as Swamiji was sharing that, when you carry incompletion, it is not that it is a pleasant feeling in your body. It basically becomes a disorder or a disease in your biomemory. So when we do that completion, naturally that healing happens. And, you're able to live not only blissfully, but your body is also, you're able to relate and have that completion with your body as well. So today we learned the power of completion. Yes, ma'am. And we had the joy of having Ma Paragnana joining us from Kailasa, Australia, one of the founding mothers of Kailasa, sharing her experience of living this one teaching from Swamiji, completion. Literally, it is a mantra, living the power of completion and radiating that and sharing that and enriching people with completion. Thank you so much, Ma, for joining us today. And
Thank
you.
Thank you for
sharing
having
your
me.
experiences.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you and listening to your experiences, literally living completion in your day-to-day life. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for joining. And we had beautiful session yet another day, and we are looking forward for another day tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be joining you back with another powerful cognition from Swamiji. Thank you all for joining. Let us now close with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadat Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam